Let's get a quick take on the FBI announcing on Friday that it will renew its probe into Hillary Clinton's emails. Pat Calhoun from Westward. Well, I guess technically this is an October surprise because we've been talking about the emails for a long time, but opening up an investigation sounds like a big deal. What do you think?
I would say reopening the investigation sounds pretty surprising. We don't know yet what email has prompted this, but who knows, maybe Denver will be back on the news again since this is where her private server was located.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. We talked a lot about Trump on this program and a fair share to Hillary, but this is the first time she's led the program. Is this a significant deal for October 28th?
She's the only person who can lose to him, and he's the only person who can lose to her, so that this could make the race closer. What I would guess is that this is not, whatever these new emails are, it's not just more emails that were labeled confidential. And you remember she got out of that one by saying that she'd forgotten her training where they told you that C on an email meant it was confidential. Now, this is the woman who's supposedly the most experienced person in history, so prepared to be president, 2 decades at the top levels of government, but she just couldn't remember what that C meant. It was too complicated over her head. But it's not about that. It's got to be about something else. And given FBI Director Comey's extremely lenient standards, contrary to all the line staff, for what is a prosecutable case involving her, there's got to be something pretty big.
Eric Sonneman, political analyst. Again, I don't get into conspiracy theories and everything else, but announcing this on October 28th, we are 11 days from Election Day, seems like a big deal to me. You?
It's a big deal. We'll see in maybe 24 to 48 hours how it plays and how big a deal it is. I think people are so locked in now, and Hillary loyalists, Lord knows, I found out through social media myself this morning, they want to hear nothing about Clinton Foundation or anything else. They are dialed in, locked in willful denial about any issues that Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or any of them might have. I think David is probably right for James Comey 10 days, 11 days before the election to announce this. It's not just one more random email somebody found. There has to be something approaching a smoking gun. I still think the odds are overwhelming that she's going to win this election, and therefore this really comes into play with the president-elect Hillary Clinton, not just with candidate Hillary Clinton. Going to be fun to watch.
Penfield Tate, attorney at QTAC Rock, also former longtime state lawmaker. What do you think? Is this, if you're on Hillary Clinton's ground team here in Colorado, are you worried?
I don't know if I'd say worried. I'd say annoyed more than anything. The whole thing is rather bizarre. You've got a Congress that's out of session until after the election anyway. So there's a question about why the FBI is doing this now. Secondly, some people are going to ask the question, is the FBI trying to cover their own tails, because they did an investigation, closed it, said we looked at everything, and now they've got more emails either from WikiLeaks or the Kremlin, either or, and all of a sudden they're reopening the investigation 11 days before an election. It all seems, I can't say it's bizarre, because if nothing else, this election cycle has changed the definition of what's normal and what's bizarre, but it's weird.